It's Week 16 of the National Football League, and we'll see Jonathan Brooks, who's up to 1,100 yards rushing on the year and counting. It's the Steamers and the Caps, and it's all up next on EA Sports.
Now from just east of the Mississippi River, EA Sports welcomes you to the home of the Blues, Memphis, Tennessee. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Memphis team as they get ready here. They come in playing pretty good football, winners of 4 of their last 6 games. Meanwhile, for the visiting Columbus Club, they come in playing some decent football, 5-3 in their last 8 games. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by their rookie quarterback, the latest in a long line of NFL QBs from USC.
And the guys on the other side of the ball know they'll have to be on their toes. And it's obviously not just the passing, but the running element that makes him dangerous. He ran for over 100 yards in that game last week, so keeping him contained will be a big emphasis for this defense.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a pickup of 11 and a first down on their first offensive play. Off the play fake, it's Williams. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down. Working out of the gun, Williams. 16 yards, a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Throwing is Williams. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple. Running left is Walker. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do?
Williams loses the football. And the defense will get their hands on it, going the other way. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. How about that for a momentum swing? You had it goal to go. Not only do you cough it up, but they pick it up and return it all the way for a touchdown.
And now you have to give oxygen to the entire team, because what a letdown that was. Terrific drive. Looked like you're going to get points. Instead, the other team registers them on the scoreboard.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. It's up and good, and it'll give his guys a 7-0 lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. And they've got to be still reeling from the events of a moment ago. What a turn on that last play.
You're knocking on the door. You're about to take it in. You think you're going to get some points on the board. Instead, you cough it up and watch them take it the rest of the way to the opposite end zone. That's a 2-score swing that you just gave up.
52 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
To the air, Williams. There's a short one caught by Johnson.
So the completion good for 7 there, and it's second down.
Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball? Or maybe...
And he will take this one in for a touchdown.
Gabriel Davis
hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season.
And the Caps are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. And he continues to be a focal point of this offense. That's now 10 touchdown catches for him on the year.
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. Scoring summary, 3-play drive.
And it ends with a touchdown pass to Gabriel Davis.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time.
They'll be led out by a Heisman runner-up during his college days. It's the versatile Jalen Hurts.
Tremendous production in college at 2 different universities, and this is a guy who was a finalist for the Heisman Trophy. Still much more of a runner than a thrower, but has plenty of arm and is capable of making the big throws downfield. And don't underestimate his ability to think the game.
Now the ball comes loose.
Oh, one of the linebackers has got it.
And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Make it 2 weeks in a row now. He's kind of been Johnny on the spot. A fumble recovered last week, and now 2 in a row.
Reminds me a little bit of an old teammate of mine. We used to call him the Vulture because he would swoop in and clean up after the play was made. But, boy, we said it with a lot of affection because he made a lot of game-changing plays by getting to the football that had been knocked loose.
What was your nickname, by the way?
Can you go get me some water, guy, please? The rest of us are playing.
Yeah, right.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw.
Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. Foyesade Oluokun. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
They need 18 yards here on 3rd down. Here's Hurts to throw.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's caught inside the 35. It's a big play there on 3rd down. 46 yards.
I guess we got a good idea about what the game plan is for attacking this secondary. No beating around the bush with this crew. His first throw of the game is a deep shot, and it connects. That's a tendency breaker right there because normally you build up to the big shot, but not in this case.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
Throwing is Hurts.
He's going to let it go again. And it's caught. Touchdown.
Deontay Johnson.
33 yards. And his guys have taken the lead. The fly route works for the TD Graham.
And you know what the receivers love to say? If we get even with the defender, we're leaving. And that's exactly what he did, all the way into the end zone. And then he was on the business end catching it once he got over the stripe.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. Just a 4-play drive that time.
And in the end, it was Deontay Johnson's touchdown catch to cap the drive.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Caps offense and Caleb Williams set to go to work once more. And he's come out of the gates hot. He's been on target with his throws, and that's reflected in the numbers as he'll look to keep it going here. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
But you look at this defense.
They've been very good against the pass so far this year. Number 4 in the NFL right now.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3. But now it's 3rd down.
They'll fake the give. Now Williams.
Rolling to his right.
And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first.
Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
And that is a historic run for him, partner. With that pickup, he just broke Lamar Jackson's 2019 record for most yards in a season by a quarterback. No one has done it better across a 16 or a 17-game schedule. Now his name will be forever linked with the best runners to ever play at that position.
Taken in at the 11. A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
The Steamers offense and Deontay Johnson set to take over again. And what a start he's off to. You don't want to start prorating numbers out for 4 quarters, but it's fair to say this defense is going to have to find some way to slow him down. This ball taken in here by Brooks.
And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line.
2nd and 9. Up the middle with Brooks here.
He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
3rd and 3. They'll try and run here with Brooks.
Good move at the 30. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. That'll go as a pickup of 8. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
The numbers for Brooks a week ago.
20 carries, 107 yards, and the touchdown.
11 touchdowns on the ground this season, and the pride really extends throughout the entire offense. And in this case, I'm focusing on the offensive line. The leverage, the ability to get downfield, make that extra block in order to give him more space to run. They really look forward to him carrying the football because they're going to get him to the end zone.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. An effective 7-yard third down conversion. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down.
Hurts.
And that's incomplete.
And there's a good opportunity to just went awry there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
To throw again on second down. Hurts.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. On to the second quarter. Memphis in possession of the football, as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Back to throw here. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
They'll run straight ahead with Brooks.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. That play gets him 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
They'll drop to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Nice gain of 8 that time, but it's 2nd and goal. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter.
Looking to throw again on second down. Hurts.
And it's caught. Touchdown.
Deontay Johnson
With his second touchdown here in this first half.
And the Steamers go up by 2 touchdowns in the second quarter, and already his 2nd touchdown reception.
Absolutely the definition of a difference maker here in this first half. Clearly one of his quarterback's favorite targets in this game, and I figure he's going to draw a little more attention and coverage moving forward.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 21-7. That one in the books as a 12-play drive.
And in the end, it was Deontay Johnson's touchdown catch to cap the drive.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And they finally get to him out near midfield, but he's all the way across the 45 to the 46. Kenneth Walker headed back out there.
And the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the second quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively. And oftentimes you might want to just swing your back out of the backfield, get the ball in his hands in open space, and just don't get totally away from running it, because some of these runs now, they may pop bigger as the game goes along.
Yeah, they've been good with the run so far.
Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. To throw, it's Williams. He's got Renfro on the out route.
And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
From the 31, here comes 2nd and a yard. They'll toss this out right to Walker.
And he is going to lose yardage here. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
And cue the applause, and there it is for him, the mark he's been aiming for all season long. 1,000 yards, just the 3rd quarterback to reach that milestone, joining Lamar Jackson and Michael Vick. That's a season's worth of work and a huge commitment to get him the touches that he needed to make that happen. Congratulations.
And he missed it. It's no good, and this will remain a 2-touchdown game.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Take a look at Deontay Johnson as this offense runs back out.
Well, he's within shouting distance of a 1,000-yard season. Going to need a pretty good finish, though, if he wants to reach that mark.
Well, I like how you phrased it, partner. He is within shouting distance. If he stays on this pace, he's got a shot at it. But he needs a big game in there, right, to make sure that he gets it. So you know that during the week, in practice, and look, he asks for the ball all the time anyway. He's really going to ask for the ball and let his quarterback know he's open.
The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
And this offense on 3rd down today, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This time it's 3rd and 3. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown.
Jalen Hurts,
34 yards.
and the Steamers take a 3-touchdown lead.
And maybe the defense got so caught up in him throwing the football, they forgot he can take off too.
And you often hear about the quarterback being the unaccounted for guy as a runner. Well, even on a passing play, he's unaccounted for as a runner, and he turned it into a nice gain.
A very nice run, and it turns into 6 points. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And he takes this near the 25, just a little past there, call it the 26.
And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Here's Williams. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
DeForest Buckner forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20.
Looking to throw is Williams.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Trey Hendrickson coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
On 1st and 10, it's Brooks.
Stiff-armed him. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
53 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season.
Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles, gain some additional yardage.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Grover Stewart able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. He'll look to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. Oh, look at the juke. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's 4th down. Sean McDermott didn't hesitate. They'll go for it on 4th.
They'll try it now with Brooks.
And he will have the 1st down before he's tackled at the 12. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down.
Once again, it's Brooks.
He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On the zone read, a handoff here to Brooks.
And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Jalen Hurts, a 5-yard touchdown run.
And the Steamers are able to widen their lead here in this 1st half.
What an effort there. Sometimes you hold your breath a bit when you see your quarterback diving for the end zone. You don't want him to land on a shoulder wrong or take a big shot. But he looks none the worse for wear here, and that winds up a touchdown.
Extra point splits the uprights, and a rout is on here in this 1st half. So that drive in total 8 plays, and it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Columbus's offense just about ready to go again. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this 1st half of action.
Finding Johnson on the out route. That's complete.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
From the shotgun, a throw for Williams.
Dancing to his left. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. 1st down, 18-yard gain.
To throw, Williams.
Buying time to his left. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
From the gun, here's Williams.
And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line.
Christian Barmore in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Operating from the gun, Williams.
And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. 3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. Walker.
And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line.
Now we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player, and it appears to be Devontae Smith who's having some problems here. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
The kick by McManus is good.
So 3 points on the board. As easy a field goal as you get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
Now a 2nd and 2.
They'll throw now on the final play.
That's pulled in by Brooks.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you two in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on, so let's get to it. We'll start out west in the capital city of Sacramento, California, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Devin Singletary, what a game. 3 touchdown runs in the victory. We just watched a fine first half out of the mobile quarterback. That's Jalen Hurts. He threw 2 touchdown passes, and he ran for 2 more. He did it all, as his guys were putting up points in bunches. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up, ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here's Memphis to once again go on offense. Things have certainly gone their way in this one, largely thanks to the efforts of their running game. As we scroll through some of these highlights, this has been a masterclass on how to run the football. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them, because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one. 11 yards in the first down.
They go play action with Hurts.
Eluding the pressure right.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. They'll look to throw here.
This short pass into the hands of Njoku.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
From the 33, here's 2nd and 5. A run out of the gun with Brooks.
And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. In motion right, that's Burks.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a first.
Partner, even I can figure out who deserves the lion's share of credit for their lead right now, because he has been terrific in a dual threat role, really chewing up yardage and getting them points with his legs. Simply put, that defense has had no way of stopping him, and that's why his side is on top.
They run out of the gun with Brooks here.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
He was brought down by Foyesade Oluwakin. Now 2nd and 5.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right.
From the gun, it's Hurts. That's caught right side by Worthy.
And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds, right around the 7. And they'll send the tight end in motion.
Here's Brooks.
And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It was Clelin Ferrell who was able to rush in and make that tackle. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he will take it in for the touchdown.
David Njoku.
An 11-yard touchdown.
And the Steamers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Boy, another score. This lead gets even bigger. And, Charles, we haven't even hit the 4th quarter yet.
Well, forget the deficit, right? They're really not going to cut into that a heck of a lot. But how can they get out of here with some dignity? Can they get a stop or two? Can they make a play on offense themselves? Anything to start to feel better about what's happened to them here in this one.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Caps offense and receiver Gabe Davis getting set for their next drive. And he was pretty much unguardable in that first half. You see the numbers there as they try to add to him here in this 3rd quarter.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
fighting through pressure. Even with that broken tackle, can't go very far. Stops short of the 30. Second down, 8 to go from the 28. Working out of the gun, Williams. The open man here, Renfro. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Over the middle, complete. It's Davis. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Trying the left side with Walker. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. To the air, Williams. Walker with a grab, left side. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
Give them the completion, no gain, but let's focus in on that tackle. Open field tackling, the hardest thing to do in the game, I believe.
But when you get outside the tackle box, it becomes a numbers game. The defense had more than they could block. Flush to his right. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
He certainly had plenty of success running the ball, and right now I'm getting the sense that he's looking to take off and run every time he steps back to throw it.
But they did a nice job there collapsing on him and holding him to a short gain. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll come on to kick this one away. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow, out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
The Steamers offense and Jalen Hurts ready to take over once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out.
Could not have thrown that out there any better. When the ball hit the ground, I thought it might go into the end zone the way it was angling, but perfectly jutting out at the 1.
You think maybe what we saw in practice came into play there? You know, he put those big cans down on the sideline and angled for him and shot for him. Looks like it worked out pretty well for him, too.
So a little breathing room now. 1st and 10 at the 17.
Here's Hurts to throw. That's complete to Traylon Burks. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 15 more yards there, and quickly another first down. Throwing is Hurts.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Devin White, the outside linebacker, dropping him for a loss of 6.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
On the handoff, this is Brooks. And he's across the 45. It'll be 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
These are running back numbers that he's accumulating right now. received double-digit carries and has rewarded them by breaking the century mark in rushing, in addition to what he's done through the air. Definitely MVP caliber football we're witnessing.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. Hurts. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It'll be a loss of only a couple on the sack, but now it'll bring up third down. And you get the feeling, Charles, yeah, he's got the 2 sacks now, but he may get more here. We still got a quarter and then some to go.
And the way that he is playing this game, it reminds me of one of the best golfers in the world who can use every club in the bag and make a great shot. That's what he's doing with his pass rush moves right now, showing a little bit of everything. They have no way of stopping him.
1 quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Memphis, Tennessee. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. On to punt now, Anger, as he boots this one away. Columbus's offense just about ready to go again. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful. This offense so far on third down, a pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing is Williams. And, oh, that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The 4th down pass play doesn't work out. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line. So a risky move that does not pay off. And, Charles, you take it from the defensive perspective. They had to be a little offended there that they even tried to go for it back inside their own 20.
Highly offended. And they took the ball away and gave it to their offense in a great situation. But when you look at this thing in total, when you start taking chances like that, you know what that means? You have to take more chances later, right? When you don't convert, that just means you got to double down on it. So we could see this thing pile up as we go on.
2nd down and a yard. Hurts completing this one quickly. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal.
Well, he does have 1 touchdown in the game already, and while this one won't go for 6, it's enough to get him 1st and goal. But you and I both know he's going to be a little upset he didn't cross the goal line for a 2nd time in this one.
Might want the ball here on the next play. Yeah, he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. Brooks will take it in. Touchdown.
Well, this offensive line has really stepped up to the challenge here because those Mastodons, they've been sensational clearing holes all game long. And this is great work down here near the goal line to give their back the space he needs to work his way into the end zone.
Now for the point after. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that drive, 4 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Columbus's offense just about ready to go again. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
To throw, it's Williams. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you can get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end, trying to come up with ways to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those opportunities into big plays.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. They're going to look to throw.
This ball taken in here by Brooks.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Well, there's absolutely been no stopping this offense today. They already have the big lead, obviously. Here in the 4th quarter, they could coast to the end, but right now they're not passing up any chances to put up some garbage time yardage.
And, partner, why would they? Because who knows the next time you'll be playing as well as you have today. When you're in that zone, you go ahead and take full advantage of it. You don't worry about your opponent. You just worry about what you're doing.
Here's a 2nd and 5. They'll stay on the ground with Brooks. And he'll be tackled at the 45 following a gain of just 2.
And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Play action. Here's Hurts.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And now, meanwhile, after the dust settles on the fumble, we've got an injured player here as well. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
Here's Williams. Following the fumble recovery, he'll throw.
Throw out wide to Walker.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
From the 25, here's 2nd down and a yard. Looking to throw is Williams.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's James. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
From the gun, it's Walker.
And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Renfro, the motion man. They'll fake the jet sweep and go instead with Walker.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
60 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. Here's Williams.
And it's caught. Touchdown. Richie James, his first touchdown on the year.
And the Caps get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit.
Now McManus for the extra point. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. So that drive spanned 5 plays. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. They'll start on the ground with Brooks.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Here's a handoff to Brooks.
That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
On 3rd down, they go with Brooks.
And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Up the middle with Brooks here.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. They'll run with Brooks.
And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Memphis, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they hit the 10-win mark now at 10-5. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Columbus, they're guaranteed now a sub-500 season as they fall to 6-9. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.